Go ahead.
Okay, one of my favorite stories about Kaine is I was over at Monica's house with Kaine and Zane, and Monica was holding a handful of cat food.
My story!
There's more from your house. Monica was holding a handful of cat food so he could feed pieces of cat food to the kitty. And he would give one to the kitty, and the kitty would eat it, and then he would eat one. And then he'd give another one to the kitty, and then he'd eat another piece of cat food. Here you go with the other cat story.
Which one?
With the sucker.
Oh, yeah. Kaine was at our house, and he was eating a sucker and would take a lick of it and give Max, our cat, a little lick. And then he'd lick it again, and then he'd give the cat a lick.
That was my story with the dog.
Apparently,
Here's a dog story. You must like him.
Yeah.
One time when I brought Tootie, our dog, up from downstairs in the basement, as soon as she came up, Kaine got on all fours instead of walking like this, and went over to the water bowl, Tootie's water bowl, instead of going like, he was just about to go in the water bowl. I'll pick him up.
That's a good one, too.
Any more stories?
Yeah, he's Richard wanted me. It's my story. No, one day he was chasing the dog, chasing Snaz around the table, and he must have done that for probably 15, 20 minutes straight. Just round. They went round and round and round around the coffee table, just like that. And he just holding out his hands trying to control.
I guess the one is when I was watching the kids, like I do many times. Very often.
That's very well appreciated, Richie.
I came in to find Kaine in his room running around with his poop-filled diaper around one of his ankles. The other foot just covered in his own poop and stomping poop into the carpet as he ran around. Good times.
I think Jeremy has one.
Okay,
Monica was telling me about it when they were visiting. Or was that Zane? Oh, okay.
The only one with Kaine I have is when I tried to feed him once and he was ready to share his pureed baby food with me. It was really appetizing, but I didn't try.
You're missing out.
He was insistent.
Yeah, put your feet on the pedal.
You're not supposed to drink and drive, man.
Mom, you got a story?
You have a lot of stories. I don't know if they're funny, but when Kaine comes to my house, he likes to lay on the bed. So he runs into the room, and he climbs up on the bed, and he lays on the bed looking up at the,
What's that called?
canopy, mosquito net stuff. And jumps up and down and dives into the pillow. And I remember, I'll tell you one thing I know for sure, is that no one believes me. But when Kaine was born, his head popped out, and I said, "He looks just like Tiffany."
And we compared later pictures, and it was true.
They thought I was being a bragging grandmother.
Look, Zane has a story.
What's your story, Zane?
Kane's bribing him now, saying, "Don't tell you everything."
Yes, he's telling a story about all the times that Kaine stepped on his head,
Exactly.
shoved him over.
Get him back.
Yeah. Tried to stomp on his face.
What were they doing that one day, hon, that we watched them?
Oh,
Kaine was laying
Kaine
in
was
the
laying
kitchen.
in the corner, and Zane was like in his walker and smashed him up against there. And Last week when I babysat, so I put him to bed and everything's sort of quiet, and then I hear a bunch of music, and I go in there and open the door and Kaine's in the closet with all these lighted musical toys going off. Zane's just standing at the crib. I went, Kaine, you get your bottom in that bed right this second. He climbed out of the walker. I don't want to see you get out of that bed again. And he laid down and made another peep. He's a good boy sometimes.
Could tell a story. I can't remember if it was where you found him in the chair.
Oh, one morning we had been putting Kaine's little miniature recliner into the playpen because he was using it to get on top of the dresser and turn on and off the lights. And so the recliner was sitting in the playpen along with some other things he was using to get onto the dresser. And I came in to get him out of bed one morning, and he was sitting in the recliner in the playpen, groggy-eyed, like he had slept the night in the reclining chair. Very funny.
So he was putting his little brain to use and using the stuff to get up on the dresser and turn on
Yeah,
the light.
he moved that recliner, and it's not light, and he was moving it from off of the wall into the front of the dresser.
He can get in there now, though, just with the drawers.
Yeah.
Because the drawers come out about that much, so it's just enough.
He can climb it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can get in there.